Since I am a book content creator, I bet we all know that I've read a lot of books and that I am well versed in the world of literature. Well, joke's on you because that is not true. I haven't read all that many books, but that is great because I can actually manage to make a video like this one. Also, this is a one and only, a premiere if you may. Not only will you hear me yap about every book I've ever read, but also find out a very well kept secret of mine. Specifically, how I was once the victim of self-help books. Yes, that is true. And I will not be mentioning that ever again after this video. Let our yapping session begin, and as always, let's start with our ranking system. At the very top we have canon event, which means it changed my life forever and I could write a thesis on it. The next one is she ate, she served, she gave what she needed to give, and I respect her. She tried her best. It's mid, but I actually see the vision, and I am kinda proud of her. Could have been an email. It wasted my time, but it was not that bad. And finally, had a stroke that day. And here we put the books that make you wonder, what the hell was I thinking? Possibly a fever dream. Deserves lifetime jail. I present to you the books. Specifically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 63 of them, but I think it's actually 65. I'm not sure. And yes, there are quite a few self-help books here. In my defense, I thought that these actually work. There is no particular order. Let's start with The Predator. This one ate and left no crumbs. Tristan, I will heal you. Come to me, love. I'll take care of you. I can't wait to read the sequel. She ate. Now The Housemaid. Did I like it? Yes, I did, and I really enjoyed reading it, but it was missing something. Quite a bit of it. But I think she tried her best and she deserves a round of applause. Before ranking our first self-help book of the day, let me state that in no way, shape, or form do I believe that self-help compares to fiction. But for the sake of this video, we are going to rank them together. So, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a God, was this book boring. It tried so hard to be quirky and sassy, and it was so damn cringe. The only thing I don't give a about is this book. I most likely had a stroke when getting this book. I do not want to disappoint anyone, but I do not remember shit from Twisted Love. I don't know what happened, but the information just vanished from my head. I also talked to this girl on Instagram, and a lot of people kept yapping about how this series is so good. So I had to order the whole entire series. So I will be giving it a second chance. But for now, from what I remember, let's say that she tried her best. Because if it was that good, I would have remembered everything. The Deception trilogy by Rina Kent. These are kind of a mush in my head. I do not know what happened in which book. But what I know is that I liked this series so much. My first mafia romance, and I absolutely devoured it. They freaking ate. And Adrian Volkov, yes. All of them ate. They served. They deserve their place here. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. No, I liked it. The writing style was quite enjoyable. The plot was sort of interesting. It gave me Marilyn Monroe type of vibes. It was nice, but it didn't stuck with me. Let's say that she tried her best. She really did. I don't think you can understand how much I love this man. Itachi, the man you are. I cried my eyes out reading these two books, and that is a lot coming from me. These books were one of the first books I've ever read, and it was definitely a canon event, but I'm not sure everyone will feel the same because I am a very, very big Naruto fan, so yeah, no, canon event for me, definitely. Watching Naruto was the biggest canon event of my life, and I cannot disrespect Itachi by not giving him his rightful place here. Nosferatu is a very interesting, weird, but well-written Christmas brain fart. Yeah, that is the best way to describe it. Honestly, I do not know why I liked it, but I did. It makes no sense whatsoever, but it was kinda nice. It didn't ate though, but she gave what she was supposed to give, so she tried her best. This is such a cute Christmas friends to lovers. For the type of book, she ate. It was simple and cozy, and it was enough. Nothing spectacular, but that is what I wanted. Lightlark was my first ever contact with the romantasy genre, and it holds a special place in my heart. They made me fall in love with this genre, so for that alone, they are a canon event. But it is kind of a mush again. I don't really know what happened in which book. Funny story. Such a funny story that I wanted to pluck my eyes out. No, because I actually know that I had a stroke while reading this book. Miles, you f***ing suck. Now, that being said, Emily Henry's writing style is very good, but the ending was trash, in my opinion. God of Malice. I am deranged. This was my first dark romance, and it actually opened the world of dark romance to me. And it is a canon event. Like, I was shocked and I actually loved the book. It is what it is. It was cringe, I will admit, but I liked the book a lot. So. God of Wrath. Well, somehow I forgot I read this. I don't know what happened. I was looking in my Goodreads and I saw I read this and I was like, girl, when? Apparently, I didn't lie when I said that I have the memory of a goldfish. But if I squint my brain hard enough, I think I remember that I enjoyed reading this book. I will most likely read this again, but for now, it's a she tried her best because I do not know how my brain deleted that information. A Court of Sugar and Spice was most likely a fever dream. Delirium in the form of fairies and sex. Yeah, no, I don't know what the heck this was. Probably gave me a mini stroke. The name of this book actually tricked me into believing that this is a Sarah J. Maas book. And I read it as my first contact with her books. Imagine my surprise. The Love Hypothesis, Adam, you deserve everything in life. No, definitely a canon event. The best rom-com ever. I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, and I also watched House of the Dragon, which is trash compared to Game of Thrones. But the book is very good. Way better than House of Dragons, and I would say that she ate. The Cat and Mouse did it. Well, I read this such a long while ago. I remember bits and pieces, but I know I liked it. Was it cringe? God, yes. Yes. But I still enjoyed reading it. I like reading about real stuff, sensitive topics and subjects that are not pretty. So that's why Hunting Adeline was my favorite of the two. I just think it was much more interesting, but they both ate. They did. They both ate. So I do understand if you didn't like it. The Cruel Prince. So I am judging this based on the first book only, okay? Do not come for me. I've already said that I am going to give Carden a second chance, okay? I ordered the books. I am waiting for them. But Cruel Prince as a standalone, no. I have a very strong opinion that it could have been an email. The Secret History. Did this book disappoint me? I got so damn bored. The only interesting part was the actual murder. Like, yeah, I liked that part. They were just a bunch of weird rich kids that were popping their grandma's pills like candy. I forced myself to go through the last fart of the... through the last part. Well, fart works just as well. This was a big fat stroke. Big fat stroke. Finally, my babies. Canon event once again, though Onyx was not my favorite. I liked Fourth Wing and Iron Flame more. Let's move Itachi in the back because it's a personal preference and most of you probably didn't watch Naruto, so you should watch it though. Sokcho. Oh my god, did this cover lie so shamelessly. I picked it up because I thought that the cover was interesting and cute, and no, it was the most boring thing I have ever read. I think I had 20 pages left and I DNF'd it. I really didn't care. The biggest stroke ever. No. This sweetest Oblivion, Nico Russo ate. He ate. He really ate. This Dance is a book my boyfriend asked me to read because Haruki Murakami is one of his favorite writers, and I can say that he is one of my least favorite writers. No, because this was so boring to me. The writing wasn't my style, and I kept thinking, what is the damn point of this book? I need things to happen for a reason. I need a motive. In this book, things happen just because. I DNF'd midway and definitely had the stroke when I decided to listen to my boyfriend. The Book of Azrael could have been great. The slow burn wasn't slow burning for me. The spice wasn't spicing either. Though I did enjoy quite a big portion of the book. I am debating whether I should give the rest of the series another chance. Saying that it could have been an email is a bit harsh, so let's just say that she tried her best. Yeah, she tried her best. Icebreaker, cute, could have been an email, too much spice, too little plot. Still enjoyable though. Oh well, these two were fun. I read them for a YouTube video and I can say with all my heart that they were fever dreams. MMC is a pillow and MMC is a door. No other words are needed. Big stroke. Big stroke. 1,000 Steps into Night felt like folklore. It was nice, quite childish. I think she tried her best, and that some people might actually enjoy this book. I did like reading it. No, I'm lying. It could have been an email. It wasn't that good. Could have been an email. Pachinko was my first read-in-one-sitting book. A lot of people might say it is boring, but it was not for me. It's a historical fiction which shows the struggles of a Korean woman during the Japanese-Korean War. Quite sad, but I still think she ate. Also, the writing style is very, very easy to grasp. We all know that I adored Powerless, and it is a canon event for sure. Now, I will admit the trial idea was very, very similar to the Hunger Games, but I kind of like it. It felt like a comfort read, but a new book at the same time. And that's because I really, really liked Hunger Games, and I want to read the books because I only watched the movies. Something is wrong here. I feel like Fourth Wing is up there. Maybe like that. I was tricked by the cover once again. Before the Coffee Gets Cold was very boring. Like, cute, yeah, sure, but what was the point of it? I'm tempted to say that it gave me a stroke, but it was not that bad. No, I'm lying. It was that bad. It was bad. Another self-help book called Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. That is quite self-explanatory, and needless to say, it didn't work, and I DNF'd it, and it definitely deserves its place right here. If he had been with me, no, stroke all the way, and I'm going to prove it. Jamie. He had seemed so nice. I know. Everything is fine. Tell me this isn't stroke material. The last few pages made me want to strangle the author. Butcher and Blackbird, well, I already know this is a me problem. But Rowan, I hate you so much. Though Latchlin seemed real fine, I'm going to admit that. Dark rom-coms aren't really my vibe, and it kind of gave me a stroke, to be honest. I presume. This was my first spicy romance, but it was rather cute, to be honest. I accept her and she tried her best. It is not a very popular book, I think. We have yet another self-help. The Mountain Is You. This was so redundant. I couldn't stand it. A few things were okay in the beginning, but I got bored and DNF'd it. I kinda hated all the self-help books I've read, and that makes you wonder, why did I keep reading them? I would say a stroke for sure. Does it hurt? No, I could never. With Enzo's anger issues, no. But she tried her best. She delivered. I liked it. Glucose Revolution, yeah, not really a self-help. Interesting information. Could have read an article, though. The Serpent and the... Oh, I chose the second book for the picture. You know what? I am casting a magic on you. This is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. That's what's written here. I actually kept thinking about this book because I didn't really know how to rank it. I read it immediately after Fourth Wing. I was constantly comparing them, and I think that I didn't give her the credit she deserved. I liked it a lot, and I already got the sequel, and I think it is a canon event. Even though her light was shadowed by Fourth Wing, it's a canon event. Let's put it here, though. Beach Read, still much better than Funny Story. I kind of liked it. She tried her best, though still had a third act breakup that I didn't like. But she delivered. The Picture of Dorian Gray. Well, I'm going to be quite unfair towards this book because I only read probably 70 pages of it. But don't worry, I'm planning on culturizing myself once again by reading this book later this year. My first impression was that this book is very boring. But again, I didn't really give her a real chance. Let's keep it at it could have been an email. I just realized that I forgot to add a book. Let's just do that real quick. Maybe You Should Talk to Someone is not a self-help book, actually. It is a story about the patience of a therapist who ends up being a patient as well. Mid, enjoyable, still mid, could have been an email. White Nights was a story about a young, lonely man who falls in love with a bitch, and for that reason alone, I hated it. But I didn't really get the point of it. I feel like it could have been an email. A Verity? You know, I think she almost ate. I really liked... No, you know what? She ate. She did. She ate. The Count of Monte Cristo was actually the first classic that got my attention. Again, recommendation from my boyfriend. It's one of his favorite books. And I absolutely adored The Prison Escape. But I did end up DNFing it because at some point it got quite slow and I lost interest. Even though I DNF'd it, I'm going to say that she ate because I know I'm going to love the book when I finish it. Little Stranger, well, this was something. A bit too deranged for my taste. I am pretty sure a specific scene did almost give me a stroke, but the rest of the book wasn't that bad. I actually did enjoy most of it. For what it is, a very dark taboo romance, it is quite respectable. Not my cup of tea, but I still liked a lot of parts, so we will say she tried her best. Caraval, she ate, girl. She ate. A bit slow in the beginning, but the plot twists were worth every second of it. Also, I do not trust one damn character in this book. I know I said that ACOTAR is not a 5-star read for me, but I'm currently reading Mist and Fury, and the series has this unique vibe. I usually live for the thrill when it comes to books. I want as many plot twists as possible, action and things happening. But with ACOTAR, everything is slower and calmer. The pacing is more manageable, which surprisingly, I like it just as much as my very fast-paced books. Even if it's not a full 5-star read, it's still a canon event for me. Wild Eyes. Well, spice wasn't spicing at all for me with this one. Cute, but it didn't keep me focused. Let's say she tried her best. Ichigo Ichie is a self-help, but a really cute one. It's about the Japanese philosophy of living in the present. No, this was actually a nice self-help. She tried her best. I liked it. Oh, I think I forgot a few books. Let's do Punk 57 first. High school romance isn't really my thing. But I'm gonna admit, Misha did have a certain charm, but not really that memorable, so it could have been an email. One Day in December is a very annoying book about people who don't have the balls to do what they need to do. Annoying from the beginning to the end, but it did have its moments. It could have been an email, that's for sure. I was very excited when I read Atomic Habits, and then I closed the book and forgot every single thing I read. I don't know if the self is the problem or the help is the problem when it comes to self-help books. Nonetheless, a very fast, quick stroke that could have been an email. But it does have a few interesting information, so let's say it could have been an email. Small things like this. No, I'm sorry, but this book did absolutely nothing for me. I know it sheds light on some very important aspects from our history and talks about some very horrible things that happened. And that's great, thumbs up for that. But I didn't like the book. Probably a stroke. Short, but still a stroke. I forgot yet another book. I used to watch Chris Broad's YouTube channel, and he wrote a book about his experience as a foreigner in Japan. That was interesting, but that could have been an email. Another self-help book, and as much as I like anything Japan related, I think I got a stroke just from how boring this book was. Yeah, no. Stroke. Good Morning Monster is not a self-help, but rather the traumatizing and tragic stories of a therapist's patients. Quite heavy, this one. It is interesting if you like hearing about stuff like that, and I think she tried her best. She delivered what she had to deliver. And we finally got to the Ministry of Time, which was my first DNF of this year. It almost got me into a reading slump. The writing style was not for me. I had a major stroke with this one. I really didn't like this book. Well, this was it. Now let's see how many books I actually read. 66 books. I am but a baby in the world of literature. But the best thing about that is that I have many more book boyfriends to steal from the FMCs. And even better, you get to watch me yap about it. Because if you didn't know yet, I often read, but I always yap. Now on a more serious note, my TBR list is kilometric. And even though I am late to the party that the book community is, I am slowly catching up. Yeah, well, this was the video, and because I already know that you can't get enough of me, I'm gonna remind you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also watch this video next. You might enjoy it. Who knows? See you next time!